Tropics family, how are you guys doing? As usual, it's your girl Mika and I'm here just chilling, freeing my mind, just all our vibes on the beach right now. You know, sometimes when you're feeling overwhelmed and stuff, you can just go and take a stroll on the beach. And I'm here, I want to talk to you guys about a topic. We're gonna talk about, it's like a little story time of my experience with domestic violence. So I really want to talk to you guys about this. I want to do a live on this topic and have you guys call in and give your experience. And because we really need to work on this, we need to get the men that are violent towards women to stop this kind of behavior and whatever we can do. So I'm right here in Ocho Rios on the beach side. So let us get into this story. Yes, I'm going to be, free my mind talking about some of my experience, some of the things that, that have been in my life kind of negative, and we are moving past that, getting it out there, sharing the experience, and hoping that this will help someone that might be in this situation and want to get out. Yes, you can get out of this situation. Don't stay in there, don't stay in the abuse, do whatever you can to get out. And I'm glad that the government has promised and they are offering an opportunity for persons, for women that are in abusive relationship, that they have this, they're going to put up this home where they can have persons come in and stay if they're trying to get out of these abusive situation. And I think that's a good idea, and maybe eventually we'll have more of these type of homes that can comfort these women in this situation that doesn't really have much option and it's hard for them to get out. So let's get into the story. All right, so the sea's in the background, the water sounds so therapeutic right now, and it's a bit loud, but I hope that you guys are hearing me. So where should I start now? I don't even know where to start. I was in an abusive relationship with my son's dad. Well, right now I don't even speak to him at the moment, not because of the relationship, but because of other issues. Because after I ended the relationship with him, I still spoke to him, but I had to cut off because he was being aggressive and sending threats even though we are not together, because of certain situation in which you'll eventually hear about it. If you stay tuned to Tropics Topics, you'll definitely hear about everything, because I'm just stripping down, freeing my mind and just having a breather, because I want to have a peaceful life. I want to put everything behind me. Happiness is what we are going for. So we are gonna get out everything, get it out and be free. Yay! All right, so I'm gonna be telling you about different scenarios. He was a person that was a bit obsessed. He was obsessed, he was possessive, because he usually like search my phone, call back numbers in my phone. Too jealous. That's why I said in my relationship advice, yes, you can have a little jealousy, because when you're in love, you're gonna have certain type of feelings towards person, and you will feel a little tingly if you think that they're doing something outside of the box that they shouldn't be doing. But you must not be too obsessed with the person. You must not be too jealous. So those are some of the things that he was showing. He was very jealous, and it started there and it escalated. So at one point I had this friend, that was when I was going to university, and one of my friend called me. Like, I didn't have my phone was at my mom's, and I was chilling with him. So I went to my mom for something. I don't remember what it was. So my phone was ringing and he actually answered it, and the person said, "What's up, babes?" Like, you know, you have friends, people, what's up on what's up, babes. We were not in a relationship, me and the person. Even till the day, we haven't been in a sexual relationship. But because of jealousy, stuff like this happened. So the person said, "What's up, babes?" Because the person said that when the phone, I think he called back the person or something. I don't even know how it went. So I see him, I was at his house basically, right? So I was there lying in the bed, and when I look out of nowhere, I saw somebody with a cutlass over my head. People, cutlass over my head. How this? I call you, babes. Call back a person right now and talk to them in front of me, let me hear. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who is this? See there, the person call you, and the person said, "Babes, how this? So I took the phone and I called back the person with the cutlass over my head. Like, my heart, I beat out of my body. I said, "What is this?" And him looks so in, I don't know, you just see this aggression over him. I don't know where that come from. You know, when they get in this aggressive state, they look so different, as if something possessed them at the time. So he had the cutlass over my head, people. I was so scared. I thought, oh my gosh, this is the end of my life. So when that happened, I actually called back the person, and he was there at the phone. He wasn't on speaker, so he was there. He said, "Talk to the person, talk to them, let me hear." Oh my gosh. So I started to talk to the person, and I'm like, my baby father, telling the person that my baby father answered the phone, and maybe he think that me and you we are in a relationship or something. And so I talk to the person, and him dead, you know, and I end up in the house until I found an ice prick or something. And I don't know, I'll be feeling around and find the ice prick, and him grab it from me and give me one stab. He stabbed me on my hand and my arm right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, with the ice prick. And you know what he did? He said, "You got dead right now, you got dead." And he called one of his nephew. His nephew was, I don't know, maybe about 8-year-old at the time. And he said, "Go on for one bag, for me and pack some clothes tonight, because I kill me, I go kill her right now. She got dead. Kill me, I kill her and run me." And him send the little boy for the bag, and let the little boy start to pack clothes in it, because him say, "I kill him, I go kill me." Jesus name, oh my gosh. So because of everything, I think family members and stuff heard, and my mom yard that she was living in was very close, and she was there, and persons heard and went to call her, and other persons came by, and they end up held him, and my mother came over, and my mother started to fight him, because I'm not really a fighter. I'm not that type of person. I've never really been in a fight and stuff like that. I'm very softy type of person, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like aggressive, you know, physical stuff. Not really in that. So I'm there like one fool, being threatened. I cannot really do anything, can't help myself. I thought my life was going to end at that point. That time my son, I don't even remember, that was maybe in maybe about 2010 or so. That means my son was about 4 years old at the time, 3-4 years old at that time. It was, oh my gosh, I thought that was it. I thought my life ended. So anyways, I was going to UTech at the time. I was staying by my dad's house in Kingston. He doesn't even know where in Kingston I lived, because I know that he's kind of aggressive and he's kind of possessive. So I ensured that he didn't even know where I lived, just in case, because I didn't like the type of person he was, and I said I wanted to get out of this relationship, and I wanted to take my time and let him get over the relationship a little. So I stayed away a lot, you know. because of school, and I couldn't travel a lot because of financial difficulties back and forth. He couldn't give me any money at the time. It wasn't really working. He assisted with our son. Yes, he did at the time, and my son was staying with his mother and sometimes with my mother because they live in the same community. And my son was going to school, the same school that my mom teaches, the same basic school, because my mom is a basic school teacher. So my mom was there with them. What he usually do sometimes is, because he wants me to come down, he can't give me fare. He never usually give me fare. He haven't paid anything towards my school fees, no lunch money. What I used to do, I used to sell sweetie at UTech to help me with lunch money during the week, because my mom couldn't really afford to assist me that much. He couldn't afford to assist me, and I couldn't go down as often as I wanted to Clarendon. So most time I would stay in Kingston and battle it through. It was tough times because I had financial difficulties. And what he would do sometimes, because he really want me to come now, he call me and say my son is in the hospital, he's admitted in the hospital, when my son isn't even sick. And because my mom lived there, I could always call my mom and ask her about it, if my son was okay and everything. And I always call and check up on my son. So when he tells me, I know nothing is wrong. But you know, when somebody call you and say the baby gets sick and admitted in the hospital and stuff like that, I get used to it, and I know it's a lie. That's the type of person he was. He was very obsessive and possessive. Alright, I also want to tell you about this incident when I was at UTech. So you don't even know what happened or UTech went to. He actually brought my son to UTech. You see, after the stabbing incident, I didn't go down for an extended period of time because I was going through a lot. I had to report him to the police, and everyone was begging me, don't lock him up because you're still going to need him to assist with your son. His mother came and begged my mother. You know, this happened most of the time. The parents come and beg your mother, and everybody beg your mother and say, oh, don't, it's not going to happen again. Don't lock him up, don't carry him to court, whatever. But I actually I reported, but I don't think I prolonged it. It didn't go to court at the time. I don't even remember what happened to that incident. However, after that, he actually been calling me. I didn't speak to him for an extended period of time, and I did not go back to Clarendon for excess amount of time because I was scared, I was frustrated, I was stressed out and everything for the situation. I missed my son at the time, but I did not go back down because of what he did, and I was scared. So anyways, because he did not see me, he was calling me, oh, your son misses you so much and stuff like that. He knows that he cannot say anything about him because at that time I didn't care about him. At that time I really had no love for him at that time, and I had nothing. I didn't want anything to do with him at that time. So he always called me, oh, he want to see me and he's not going to do that again, and I need to come home and everything. I did not. So what he did, he came by UTech that I had. He didn't know, as I said, he did not know where in Kingston I live, so he could not come to my home. So he came to the school, he was calling my phone, texting. You know what he did? He took taxi with my son and came all the way to UTech with my son to use him as bait to see me. He call and text, and I text him back, said, I don't want to see you and I'm not going to see you. Call and said, your son is here and your son miss you and he's crying for you and your son want to see you. And I really miss my son. You know, that's my child. And I asked one of my friends to come with me, and she came with me, and I told her, she know this entire situation with the stabbing and everything. Shauna, you remember that situation? You can comment down in the comment section if you remember everything. You were there throughout this incident. And what happened, he was on the compound. I felt a bit safe because he was on the compound. There was a lot of security. There's not much you could do. So he came and I asked my friend to come with me, and I saw my son and I took my son, hugged my son and everything. So when that happened, he came and was saying to my friend, you can go now, you know, you can go. She's okay. I want to talk to her and stuff like that. I'm like, no, my friend is here with me. Anything you're gonna say to me, you have to say in front of her. So we were there and he whispered in my ears and said he have a knife on him and he's going to stab me, and he wanted to lure me around the back of the school. He held me and I said, if you move, I'm gonna stab you. So I had to think quickly, and I said, oh my gosh, I want to pee, I really want to pee bad, and I have to go to the restroom. And I pointed to the library, which was close by at the time, and I said, oh my gosh, I can't hold it no longer, I want to pee. And I was like acting as I really wanted to pee, in which I didn't want to pee at all. I just wanted to get away from him. So I went to the library and he was there. He didn't know, so he can go inside the library with me because you have to have an ID to go inside the library. So I told the security guard that that's my baby father and he's threatening me. He said he has a knife and he's gonna stab me. So he quietly went and hold him and brought him to the security office and brought him to the Papine police station. Yes, nobody really knows about this in the community because I don't talk about it. The only person know is my family. Yes, he did that, and they brought him to the Papine station, and because he was there with my son, and really and truly he did not have a knife on him, so the security at the university brought him to the Papine station. They spoke to him, they checked him and everything. They didn't find any knife on him and nothing like that, and they sent him home on a taxi and sent him back to Clarendon. So that again put me in fear again in going back. So an extended amount of time I did not go to Clarendon, and nobody in the community know because I'm not a person that really walk and talk about my business and sus and go around. Nobody really knows. So persons from Milk River, most or a lot of them, it's probably the first time they're gonna hear about this. And this on Tropic Topics right now, that I am just telling my truth, and you're gonna hear a lot more stories, a lot more. Yes, my life might seem as it's easy and smooth, but it's very complicated. I've been through a lot, trust me, but I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong black woman. Yes, I am. All right, so the other incident now, after that, I told him that the relationship ended. He said no, it can't end. If you know the same speech as if they would, as they always say, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. That kind of thing he used to say. He cried to people on the phone that he don't want to end the relationship, he don't want to lose me in ball, live in your water and everything. If he even went as far as person told my grandparents that he went to a lady and brought my clothes to the lady and said he was going to do stuff to me, like, you know, those other type of stuff. I don't believe in it anyways, and said I am going to walk out in truck on the road and truck is going to kill me. Somebody told elderly in the community, and the elderly told my grandmother that he did that, took my clothes and brought it to somebody and says he's going to do all sorts of stuff. I am going to die, I'm going to walk out in the middle of the road in truck and die. And after all of that, I did not go back to him, you know, but I forgave him and I spoke to him because we have a son together, and I wanted everything to be okay for my son, you know. I mean, I don't want to I didn't want to have a malice between me and my son father and it affect my child. I was really thinking about him. But I did not have much opportunity to do that. I spoke to him for years until, and I'm going to tell you why we stopped talking. It's not about, that's not the reason why we're really not talking right now. At least I have phases where I don't talk to him and then I forgive him and I speak back to him, you know what I mean? Phases. I'm very forgiving. Alright, so what happened again? This is when me and that guy we not talking at all. Because I told him, you need to move on, you need to find somebody. I know at one point he had a relationship with somebody else. And I thought this guy moved on because I moved on from him and I knew persons that he was dating and having sexual relations with. So I was okay, yes, I got rid of this guy out of my life. Yes, I can move on. I can feel a little bit more comfortable going into my community without much fear. Okay, I went down one day from school break and I was home. He brought some snacks for my son. Yes, and I was there with my son and he said he brought some snacks for him. One of my friends, this is a male friend, grew up in the community. They don't see a long time. I saw him on the road. I'm say, long time I don't see you. Make a look for you later. I'm saying, okay, because you know you're going to the community. You don't want persons to think that you are being hype or anything. So I talk to everybody just the same. I'm a normal person. I'm very humble and everything. So I don't mind if a friend wants to come and catch up. Similar age group, chat. I was at the front of the house talking to this guy. The boy, no, he came with the stuff. I went down there, I took it from him. We weren't talking as in intimate. We weren't intimate at the time. So I went there, took the stuff from him and went back to talk to the guy. Finished the conversation that I was having. All of a sudden to know that the boy came up there. Yes, my child's father. Him come up there. And I say, I want this. I want to go on there, so I'm like, what are you talking about? Him said to the boy and the boy turn up. Just turn up and look side. The boy draw me in the middle of the road, you know. And give me an uppercut in my belly. Me mean to say go down like when him wrestling, you know, upon wrestling when they do uppercut, whole smarty and thump them up so. Me say twinkle, I drop my about me almost drop and in the middle of the road. All the boy don't just stand up and look tormented. Coward. And taking time to himself. Me and the boy never in no relations, not at all. Me and the boy never in it, but just did I talk to somebody and me and him, my baby daddy, wasn't in any relation either. So I don't know how that come in. Boy, give me an uppercut in my belly. So you know, I went to report him because I already had a report at the station for him.
So I made this video about a month or more ago and I was contemplating whether or not I should post it because of certain reason and I decided to go ahead. Nevertheless, I was sharing this memory with my mom recently and she was saying that why did you leave out some of the information? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was saying that, don't you remember that at the time of the incident, that the guy, the father of my child, was living with a woman for a period of time at that time in the same area, in the same community, basically next door. I did not know this information or I do not remember. I don't know because sometimes when you go through certain traumatic situation, your memory seem to be deleted or suppressed or something. So I don't know if that was the case, but she was telling me that it is that girl that he lived with and it's basically next door to the where the incident happened. She was the one that came to call her attention to the situation. She was the one that came to tell her that um the guy beat up your daughter, and she came up there as a result. So he left his woman next door basically over his house to come up there and attack me. It's either I don't remember or I did not even know about it, because I did not inquire about that guy. I did not care for him. I did not, me never business about his life or what was going on. I don't think I even knew that he lived with somebody, you know what I'm saying? So this is like so crazy.
Go report them and be safe if you're in that situation, because it will happen again. Once bitten, you are gonna get bite again. So nobody say, nobody wait for twice for shy. Once you do it, you go and you try to get out of that situation. Go and report it, because once they do it one time, them are gonna do it again. Okay, people? Okay, women? You need to know that them are gonna do it again. So nobody make them tell us say, oh, try your baby father and try this and try that. No, get out of the situation, go report it, and make them get counseling or whatever it takes. Okay? Alright, so in that instance now, we went to the court, and because of course I still wasn't hostile towards him, and I just explained to the judge what happened, and because the judge saw that I wasn't hostile towards him, they were saying like, okay, it looked like it was just a little dispute and it looked like you guys are okay, so I'm gonna send you guys to mediation. And they sent me to mediation, and they charged him some money and he had to pay me. When he pay me the money, boy, I beg me back money out. No, me have to take bad sitting make laugh. The boy I beg me back money out of the money. Can't give me back $1,000 out of the money. You can't imagine? The boy take me for a real fool. Don't it? But me think one next time, me probably gonna tell you why me and him don't talk right now. Because it's gonna be a long story if I had to tell you everything leading up. So tell me in the comment section if you want to know. The sun is, but I will definitely tell you why we ain't speaking another time. I will tell you a full story, because he threatened me and all of my family because he didn't want to pay my son and the money to send him to school. That's why he threatened me, and me not talk to him from then. But I'll tell you the full story one next time. Oh, everything lead up to that. Yes, so women, don't stay in the domestic violence thing. If you are being abused, tell somebody, get the person some counseling, get out of that situation, because them now go change, and me don't want to lose in a life, because you know how man kill women nowadays. So get help. Thanks, and remember to share up my videos, subscribe as I go on this journey. You know, time kind of stressing, it's COVID going on and kind of stressful. Come on the beach side, come out, free my mind and spill some of the things that have been bothering me. You know, this is one of the stories that's probably way down inside, bottle up. So now I'm sharing it with you. I'm freeing myself. I'm aiming for peace and the tranquility, happiness, and you can come on this journey with me. So go ahead and subscribe and hear my journey, and you can also eventually share your journey, because I'll be doing live and call-ins as soon as I get a next phone to do the calling and stuff like that. So subscribe to my channel and help me on this journey, and you can come on this journey with me by subscribing. And please share up the video so that I can get the views, and so that I can get monetized and start earning for myself, for my kids and stuff like that. Thank you. Be blessed. I'm out.
Thanks for watching. Do remember to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell.